Welcome to my studio. I have put together, and the link is below, that has all in one location, all together in sequence, videos and education on everything you would ever want to know about hair thinning, hair loss, toppers, wigs. What do you do? I also encourage you to stay to the very end of the video, for I've incorporated a training, Polish Projects Power series, where less than 30 seconds on each video, I will give you a very quick briefing on how to polish your behavior, your dress, the styling of your hair, so that you will be a leader, a woman of influence, not only within your personal life, but also your career. My background is that I was in the very first class of the Protocol School of Washington, D.C., where I learned to train up ambassadors, to corporate CEOs, to graduate students, to really groom them and polish them to be a powerhouse, where people will look up to you. And when you walk in that room, I share the secrets of why the crowd stops talking and looks in your direction. This is all based on elegance and power and influence. So at the end of each of my videos, I will share a brief behavior tool that if you incorporate, you will not only be successful with your personal life, but also with your career. So let's begin. What you can do today if you are in such fear and anguish that your hair is coming out in clumps. You just stepped out of the shower. What is going on? Number one, pick up the phone, call your doctor, get a diagnosis, most likely through your dermatologist. In my specific case, when I went to see her, she basically said, you have a condition which we call alopecia areata, which means, in short, due to the stress, which was the loss of the love of my life, my college sweetheart of 53 years, upon his passing, I was in such grief. That caused a lot of stress on my system. And she said, it's like a tree with leaves. It shakes. All the leaves fall. But the leaves do grow back. It's just that it may take time. I said, well, how long? A few months? She said, well, in your case, it could take 9 months to a year. And I said, are you kidding me? I thought, what do I do the short term? Here's your number 2 thing to do today. You need to consider getting a topper. If it's just a question of a few patches or some thinning, but you still basically have all your hair, and you may be someone that never ever thought about wigs before, but you want something that doesn't look like you're wearing anything fake, I highly suggest a topper. And that's what I'm going to get into today to show you. And you can get 2 kinds of toppers that are synthetic, meaning man-made fibers, or my very first topper, and it was very expensive, but it was a human hair topper. So I will show you the toppers and my very first purchase upon my wanting to do something to give volume and to cover up the thinness and the patches of my hair. Let's begin. Let's talk about toppers. This is my regular natural hair. You can see it's very, very thin. And being that I wear wigs all the time now, I used to always curl my hair, style it, and all that business. And of course, it's a lot fuller when I do that. But it's really quite crazy and thin right here because I don't do that anymore. But let me show you what the toppers look like. This is basically it. It's just a topper. And this is actually going to go on top of your head. This is the way they're constructed. You see these little combs? These little combs have like a little clip you want to loosen them. They're wide like this, and you kind of set them in, and then you clip them, and I'll show you once you have it on your head. But this is basically it. In fact, I actually first got a small one thinking I just need for the top, because it was all, my hair was just coming down in clumps here, and I had all these big patches. And so I thought all I needed this, but I liked this so much that I went and I bought another one. Now, bear in mind, both of these were human hair, so they were pretty pricey. But it came up kind of too much blonde, and you see my hair is kind of dark. So it actually sort of sat in my drawer for about 2 weeks until I said, well, I'm just going to take this to my beauty salon, because if you have a human hair, not only in a wig, but a topper, you can actually change the color. But the synthetic toppers are so much less expensive, but just be aware you cannot change the color. You just have to keep that color. So I went to my salon, and she kind of tried to match my own natural hair color. It's still a little bit lighter, but that's okay. But this is basically what you do. Basically what I always did is part it a little bit to the side, and I'm going to put the topper on top like this. Back here with the comb. Then kind of, you can hear the clip on either side, and then you have it on the side and the back. I'm going to leave mine unclipped only because I'm going to be taking this off, and I wanted just to show you for demonstration purposes. And then what you do is that you just kind of fold in your own natural hair, which was mine. And actually, with mine, I would start combing up over the topper like this. And then, being that I always wore my hair back, and usually like in a scrunchie, like this, then you basically just style your hair however you want. But you see, basically the toppers give you that little extra volume of your own hair. And then you can see, as far as your styling, you just kind of very, very gently fold it in like this. This is sitting up high just a little bit because I didn't clip the back, but normally it would be a lot more flatter and a lot more realistic looking. But really, this, to me, my first perception, this did the trick. I was perfectly happy with this. So do consider getting a topper immediately. Today, you can either order it online with any of the wig manufacturers, and in one of my later videos, part of this series, I have the top manufacturers out there. So you might want to actually get one for yourself and order one today, and then you're all set. But the toppers work beautifully. So I would encourage you to do that. And then a really quick Polish Projects Power that I'd like to share with you is that first impressions are very important when you meet someone for the very first time. Normally it takes, when you first meet someone, a minute of like 5 seconds, and they have an impression about you. Already, those of you who've been watching me have an impression about me. Hopefully it's positive. And I get into the art of introductions in my subsequent videos. But today, I'm just going to say, when you are being introduced to someone, you are to be with that person 100%. Don't have your eyes looking around the room, wondering who else is here, who else, oh, hi, how are you, but not paying attention. You need to be 100% with that person. Eye contact, looking at them directly, bending your head. How do you do? Nice to meet you. And I'll get into handshakes and all that in my other videos, but this is most important. Make them feel that they're the most important person in the room at that moment of introductions. This is part of my Polish Projects Power series to make you a woman leader and influencer. Have a great day.